For the last few years, the DUTCHTOWN Griffins have been the standard bearers for soccer in Ascension Parish. But there may be a new sheriff in town. In their first year of play, the Prairieville Hurricanes look to yank the top spot away from the Griffins. So on this cold, blustery night in January, we'll find out if the king is knocked off the hill or if the young challengers are sent packing. It's the Hurricanes and the Griffins, live on the REV Game of the Week.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Galva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Galva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hurricane Field. It is a balmy 42 degrees, and it's perfect weather for soccer. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, our resident soccer expert, Jolie Hartman. And Jolie, you said just a minute ago you would rather be down on the field playing soccer in this weather than up here in the press box.
Absolutely. It's just something that as a student athlete that plays soccer, this is kind of the game when it's 42 degrees. You're wanting to go out there and run a lot and, make a difference in a game. Once you become, like stagnant, you get cold. So you're going to see a lot of movement throughout this game from both sides of the field, just because once you get stagnant and you are not moving, you're done. You're frozen, you're cold. There's so much other factors in it.
Well, looking at looking at the records for both of these teams, it's not what you would expect. The Griffins have been, like we said in the open, the standard bearer for Ascension Parish soccer. They've gone to 2 finals, and then last year went to the semifinals. They're 2-6-5. The Hurricanes their first year of play, and they're 11-2-2, an amalgamation of different schools and players coming together. And we'll talk about our coaches now in our coaches notebook, and it's a perfect segue because the new coach here at Prairieville is the old coach at Santa Ma, who was there for 17 years, of course, Coach Adrian Garcia. And what a job he's doing so far in this early season.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that people from Santa Ma kind of expected from Coach Adrian just because of the fact that he was at Santa Ma High for 17 years. He took this program at Santa Ma, built it, and, brought Santa Ma to two semifinals, and things like that. And for him to come to completely, establish a program, we knew that he can do it. But more importantly is the fact that his knowledge of soccer, his knowledge of building a program came so key to this Prairieville High School. And we're seeing so much success from him just in year one, but I truly think it's because of what Prairieville has built for its kids. This beautiful soccer field. I keep eyeing that field house over there, what I would do, for Santa Ma to have their field house right there at the pit. But I mean, it's honestly, it's almost like how every great story, you built it, they'll come. And that's exactly what Prairieville High did, and they established something great here for soccer for the boys' side.
One of the things Coach Garcia mentioned to me was the fact that, he's always had a group of older players to help instill his philosophy in the younger players, and that is not the case here. So he's had to do a little bit of, I won't say extra work, but he's been focusing on different things because he's building the program from the ground up.
Absolutely. I mean, when you come here and you had nothing to go off of last year, have to build something. I know Coach Adrian started with the culture. How does this team, play? How do we face adversity? How that is. He wanted to come here, start something new, and start a tradition. That is something that is so monumental in a high school. Tonight, Prairieville High has a tradition now that, if they win this game, it's now going to be expected every single year. And I know Coach Adrian and his team is very, excited that they get to face DUTCHTOWN here for the first time at their home field. So this is something that they get to build upon every year. And something that I always talked about was expectation. Everybody thought Prairieville was going to come out, beat everybody. But, I mean, he gets to start something new, which is awesome. Experience.
And for DUTCHTOWN, of course, Marcus Dyer has been here for quite a while, played at Woodlawn High School, was on the first Woodlawn State Finals team back a few years ago, well, many years ago, actually, 24 years ago, and also played for the Baton Rouge Capitals, which is interesting. We can talk about that as the game goes on. Let's take a look at the local districts. Division 1 is where DUTCHTOWN is. They're in Division 1, District 5. Prairieville is in Division 2, District 6. So their districts are a little bit different. And, of course, for DUTCHTOWN, they have their usual 5-5A district for football and basketball and baseball, but it's Denham Springs, DUTCHTOWN, EA, Live Oak, Santa Ma, and Walker. And then for Prairieville, they have Liberty, Livonia, Terra, and West Feliciana. Of course, teams I'm not real familiar with, but I do know that Terra's doing very well in the early part of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of look at this. Soccer is totally different from any other sport. As a former head coach, we were playing people that wasn't in our football or volleyball or, basketball district. And it's just, a testament to LHSAA because there are not a lot of schools that have soccer because of Title IX. So there are a lot of schools that, might only have a girls team or might only have a boys team. So LHSAA kind of does different with soccer in that sense. And since Prairieville is brand new, things like that, LHSA saw that it's fit that they can go down to Division 2, play this year, and until their enrollment comes up, until this, they kind of prevail, I guess you would say, then they can possibly come up to a Division 1 status. Now, I'm very excited for both boys and girls Prairieville because of the fact that they're both top ranked right now for being a first-year school. That's so much for Ascension Parish, not just Prairieville, but students that were former Gators, former Griffins. This is a great opportunity for them.
Let's take a look at our Dutchtown Griffin starters. We'll start like this. We'll have our goalkeeper, Brady Carroll, one of the best in Division One. He has been spectacular all season long. Seth Miliotto is one of the defensive backs, along with Damon Davis, Caleb Barrow, and Bradley Landry. Your midfielders, Michael Brizard, Preston Springer, and David Rivera. And our forwards are Noah Crosetto, Jake Shea, and Owen Fletcher. We have our starters for Prairieville. Benjamin Tilley will be in goal. Matthew McWilliams, Armando Hernandez, Carl Roussel, and Joel Mackey will be in the backfield. Cohen Tripodi, Nolan Romero, and Andrew Roussel, one of the best players on this Prairieville team, will be at midfield. And across the front will be Louise Moran, Caleb Eichels, and Hayden Monceau. So there are your starters. We are about to have our national anthem in just a minute, but while we have a second, let's see if we can get our keys to victory in, and then we're going to start playing some soccer. The keys to victory for Dutchtown, they've got to use their experience to their advantage and also play with a chip on their shoulder. They're down this year. They're not used to being in this position, and Coach Dyer said they really got to come out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody on both sides are going to recognize somebody. So, Prairieville has to come out, go, you know what, this is my new school, this is how I stand, and Dutchtown just kind of has to go out there, hate to say it because I don't want red cards, but swinging, because they have nothing to lose. We can see their record. They have to come here and fight. And so that's what I'm expecting from Dutchtown tonight.
For Prairieville, an interesting one. Keep the foot on the gas and don't get derailed by adversity. But the one about the gas is very interesting. They want to press.
Absolutely. That means when you press in soccer, you take everybody from midfield, defense, go forward, and play forwards. Contain the ball on your side. And right now they are doing the prayer for the game and then the national anthem.
There you see the Prairieville ball boys and girls. They're ready to rock and roll and be a part of this great varsity soccer game between the Prairieville Hurricanes and the Dutchtown Griffins. Again, so glad that you've joined us on the REV Game of the Week. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Jolie Hartman, and we are ready for what is going to be a game that I think is going to be a rivalry for a long time to come. Of course, this is the first year that Prairieville is playing any sport, but it just seems like it doesn't matter what school's playing in Ascension Parish, it's always a rivalry.
Oh, no, absolutely. It's anything that if you see somebody in Walmart with Prairieville and then you have Dutchtown, it's like automatic hatred or, hey, how's it going? And then, got to go say something later, it's something that both these head coaches, Adrian Garcias and Marcus, have, collided. Every year for the past, 10, 12 years that they've been coaching against each other. So it's definitely going to be a significance of, Coach Adrian is at a new school. Coach Dyer is trying to rebuild this season just because of Prairieville opening. A lot of Dutchtown kids going there. So is Santa Maria, but, Coach Adrian gets to Prairieville. So a lot of kids chose to come to Prairieville because of, I hate to say, what Coach Adrian brings to a program. And that's something, I know know Coach Dyer has talked about and things like that, but Dutchtown is Dutchtown. I'd never eliminate them out of any situation because it's just the Griffin way that they do. So honestly, you know, as we see the Prairieville Hurricanes coming out in their navy and green, what I want to call bumblebee, but it's not yellow. You know, Coach Adrian, thank you so much for giving them such a great uniform this year.
It is a great uniform.
It is definitely a statement for your first year.
I can't see the numbers at all.
I know, so please bear with us because that's exactly what I was going to say, Coach Adrian. Thank you so much for those jerseys because you put silver numbers on blue and green. And then, you know, Dutchtown's is going to be in the white. Thank you for letting us being able to see here in the press box those purple numbers. But I mean, it's honestly, you know, such a great atmosphere here. A lot of people have showed up. They're all bundled up in a blanket or, you know, beanie. As I always say, you know, my parents always were in the stands with a portable heater, you know, and a blanket over it. So I see a lot of that happening tonight, but it's just such a great atmosphere for high school soccer here in South Louisiana.
And we are set to go, the Griffins and the Hurricanes, their inaugural game for what will truly prove to be an incredible rivalry going forward. We got a drone flying around too, which is interesting. And we are set to go. Here we go. Underway, 42 degrees is our temperature. It's a beautiful night for soccer. And remember, there's going to be a lot of action going on here for both of these two teams.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to see a lot of ball movement, maybe more throw-ins tonight just because of toes are cold. It's coming off of a shin because, you know, a little, soreness. So it's going to be, you know, both teams are going to have to place it on the ground and just find feet and not stab. And as we can see already, Prairieville is already established something, you know, offensively. Dutchtown just kind of, how we said earlier, just needs to play with that chip on the shoulder and just kind of go out, not necessarily swinging because that's a red card, but have fun and play this game in this beautiful night weather.
Well, you already see, as you mentioned, they've got way up, their forwards and their midfielders are way up when they press, which is what they're doing for Dutchtown. But right now it is controlled by number 7 for Dutchtown. That's Fuentes. Fuentes, we didn't know if he was going to start. Alejandro Fuentes, a young player, and he has really, they've been trying to get him playing more team action, more team-oriented play. He's lived all over the world, and there you see him right there, Alejandro Fuentes. Lived in London, lived in Texas, and played a lot of soccer, but not really a team concept that he's been really working on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just anything when you're coming down here, it's a little bit more fast-paced. You know, a lot of people say that Louisiana is kind of last in soccer. Actually, you know, in the past 5 years, it has grew so much that we're being able to compete. Our kids are going to play them in REC and ODP and Premier Leagues, and we're getting to contend with them because of the fact of these great parks that we have, these great, you know, high school atmosphere that we bring for our kids, and this is just a testament. As we can see, first year Prairieville, they are able to contain every little thing from Dutchtown. And yes, Dutchtown's record doesn't show them, but this is a rival game. You know, I've always said it doesn't matter if you're last place or first place. When it comes down to a rival game, it's who shows up and who's kind of more successful in any kind of attack. And right now, Dutchtown just kind of needs to calm down, find feet, and that's what they're deciding to do with pushing it around the back, finding all 4 defenders right here. But there's a Prairieville Hurricane right there to intercept the ball, and then they're just going to go back to Fuentes up top, which him alone at the top is going to scare me all tonight because of the fact of Young and having 4 Dutchtown Griffins back there is going to be key for their victory tonight.
Trying to find Penachero right there, and he couldn't do so. We want to remind everybody, out of bounds is not the football out of bounds. Out of bounds is the black line past where the football out of bounds lines are. So it takes me a second to remember that. Yep. The field is larger than a football field, and you'll see him throw it in right there. They will control the ball, will Dutchtown. Actually, Prairieville, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see a lot tonight, them playing more out wide, and that part that you say that's the football, lines and things like that. I absolutely loved when a team from out of town came and played, at the pit or at the EA that I had to do REV with, because they would just immediately stop. And I'm like, oh, just keep going, keep playing. And here's Prairieville right now with a great chance, but Dutchtown's defensive back, I want to say that's number 6. Caleb Barrow. That's their defensive back for Dutchtown. Pretty sure that was number 6 if I am reading correctly. Yeah, defensive back right here. He is going to be a tremendous asset for Dutchtown tonight because of his key experience in big games last year and, his sophomore year. So this is going to be great for him to kind of set the tone and stop Prairieville in any kind of attack that they have. And that's definitely going to be a foul on Prairieville right there at the 35-yard line on the football field. Just basically took him off his feet without even him having the ball.
Be a free kick, and they will just pop it over.
And that's Barrows taking it for the Griffins.
Now they kick it back out to Damon Davis, the center back.
And I remember those two names last year for Dutchtown. They were such key players for their success last year, and I know for them, this game is going to be more of a let's build upon this and keep winning. And as Prairieville sees right here, I'm pretty sure that was number 21, Carl Roussel. That's him with the captain's badge for Prairieville, kind of holding it down in that defensive back area. Fuentes here with the ball for Prairieville, and he's looking for somebody and played it great, but that Dutchtown Griffin, number 17, Crosetto, he truly just outsmarted that defensive back for Prairieville and played the line with the ball. He didn't run out of real estate, like how I say.
That's right. Owen Fletcher just juked his way out of some trouble there, and he will pass it up front, looking for his wingman, number 14, Savoy.
Yep.
And that'll be knocked out.
That'll be Dutchtown's first corner of tonight, which corners right here when it's cold, you just want a body on it. As we can see on this replay, he tries to flank it to one of his, I guess you would say, other midfielder right there at the top of the 6-yard box, but there were all Prairieville Hurricanes right there just to kind of evaluate that space and get the ball out. But that is a Dutchtown corner for the first half.
They're trying to banana it in, knocked away by the goalkeeper. Nice job for him to keep that out of the box and out of the goal. Ben Tilley that time, again, falling on it, and he will control it. He was at Dutchtown last year. He would have expected to be the number 2 goalie for Dutchtown had he stayed.
Nice job right there, just containing the ball because of, hate to say, 42-degree weather. Your fingers are kind of numb, so he straight up just simple takes the ball, falls on it. That's the best way a goalkeeper can. And Fuentes gets a foul right here by being taken off the ground by number 7 for Dutchtown, which is
Omari. Winga Omari.
Free kick right here, boys. That's why I love the boys soccer. Just watching them play, they can kick 20, 40 yards so easily. And that was a great idea to put it in the box. But definitely we're going to see a lot of people be down tonight with how cold the weather is, getting hit. Right here, as we can see, Fuentes literally gets a little
cleat in
the stomach area. Right. Or don't think that's Fuentes. That's actually number 8.
Cohen Tripodi.
Yep. That's another key player for Prairieville right now because of his speed and what he gives to this Prairieville team this season.
Lots to do a lot of the grunt work and allows that press to be and to maintain formation. He cleans things up in the back a little bit. He started at East Ascension last year, and here he is for Prairieville Hurricanes.
Yeah, that's just a great student athlete that not only does great on the field, but also in the classroom. I hear great things about him as being a teacher here at Santa Maria, having a lot of friends that teach at Prairieville. It's great to see student athletes on and off the field be successful. And that's something that you're going to see a lot in Ascension Parish, our student athletes doing more than, what people think of them on the field, being a great student and things like that. And that's a testament to, Ascension Parish School Board and who they hire and things like that as to be mentors for these students. I know both Marcus Dyer and Adrian Garcia is a key testament to how their players are on and off the field.
It is very difficult to score on this Prairieville team. They have only given up 3 goals all season long, and that is out of 16 games. That's amazing.
Absolutely, and it goes down to that culture that Coach Adrian is trying to build with the first year. And, kudos to not just Coach Adrian, but his assistant coaches for, relaying messages and continuing to go, which that is Joe Curtini and Jared Moss. And this is going to be a throw-in for Dutchtown right here. Kind of dangerous in this area because of the fact that Dutchtown is going to get a little warning right here. Number 7 for Dutchtown, that is Amari, kind of pushed off to against another Prairieville person. And I'm very proud of that center AR because sometimes the game can get out of hand. So you have to show, that you're there and you're in control. And, those 3 goals that Prairieville has only allowed is the testament of Coach Adrian and his system. They're playing with a 4-back system. He has 3 great outside backs right now that are so fast. And that's a key to victory every single game.
Ben Tilley, the goalkeeper, comes up with it. He will knock it down the field. Not quite as high as he had been sending it, more of a line drive kick that time. And Dutchtown tries to push it. They get it up the field, and there will be a slide
Definitely
tackle. Foul on that one. Number 8 is rolled up, and that was Owen Fletcher, the right wing. Had 2 assists versus Zachary on the 3rd.
Yeah, we see it right here. He just simply tries to go through a player instead of trying to get around them, defend. Simple. I don't want to say lazy, but trying to go the easier way out of getting the ball, trying to go through somebody.
Broussard boots it toward the goal. Nice header by one of the defenders for for Prairieville. Broussard finds his man in the center. And it's kicked away by the defense. Jake Shea had the ball for a moment. Now they'll kick it back toward the back line.
Yeah, both teams are trying to establish just a dominance right now. We're going to see a lot of, try to go through, which that is considered a through ball through the defense, no pun intended. Try to help people out that don't know soccer. A through ball is when you go between 2 people, normally on the defense. So right now they're both trying to figure it out because of the fact that they both want this win. So everybody is eager. Everybody is on point. We're going to see a lot of trickery, trying to, juke people, things like that. And that's something that's just a testament to both programs on being able to be creative, throughout an entire game.
Free kick for Prairieville. It's been fast-paced, but it hasn't been overly fast. I was expecting Prairieville to be a little bit more urgent, but they've kind of slowed it down just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Not that they're not doing their usual game plan, but just a little bit not as frenetic as I thought it might have been going into this one.
Yeah, I think it goes to a testament to after break, first day of school today. A little tired maybe. I don't know yet, but I think it's also you build up for this moment. I really hate to say it. I feel like Prairieville, some of these guys that are from Prairieville, from Dutchtown, possibly circled this game. And that's our first shot for Prairieville, straight, to goalkeeper right there. great job for Dutchtown's goalkeeper. Is that McKnight?
Brady Carroll.
Yep, Carroll. Excuse me. He straight up, as this replay, that ball is buckling, and he takes out that inside corner from the shooter and simply puts his body in front of it. Great job by McCarroll right there, just to kind of signify your presence there in goal.
Dutchtown playing a lot of this game so far, in the early going at least, on the Prairieville side of the 50-yard line.
Now they're getting comfortable.
The midfield line.
Yeah, they're getting comfortable now. They are now going to start to kind of elaborate their scheme of this game and just finding people open.
Broussard has it stolen away from him. It's back the other way for Prairieville. Right back to a defender, and he'll take it himself.
And we're going to see Prairieville be a little bit of defensive mindset. They kind of started this game with 3 forwards. Now I'm just seeing 2 forwards and 2 high midfielders. So kind of backed up. Little respect for Dutchtown. But I think that's going to help on that foot on the gas that you mentioned earlier, that pressure. If we can have 2 people up that's running them ragged and then 2 other people come in, that's a great pressure and a great foot on the gas opportunity for Prairieville.
Armando Hernandez will inbounds. He's an outside backer, and he's a sophomore. A lot of youth on this Prairieville team. We got a couple of freshmen across the back and some sophomores. Only 1 senior on the Prairieville squad.
That's a pretty cool thing.
Very much so.
Great ball. Please get there.
Can't chase it down. The pole
ran
vault
out of real estate.
Pole vault pit cover got in the way.
Yeah, I think it's that wind. The wind, I think, pulled off the cover of the it's either the pole vault or, pole vault. I was like, either pole vault or a high jump. Either one. But, yeah, so that means a goal kick for Dutchtown right here. Always love when the goalkeeper wears the total opposite color of their school colors, because I'm looking at blue and I'm like, Dutchtown.
Right.
I just giggle. I'm like looking up. I'm like, yay, nope, that's Dutchtown. Which I told that story before. You want your goalkeeper to wear the brightest color, because it's just like if you go, rodeoing with the bulls, bull chasing this and that. You want to show the bull red to where he comes to you. Same thing when the shooter eyes go straight to color. So that is why Dutchtown and both Prairieville has this baby blue on, because that is going to make the shooter's eye go to it. Great opportunity, but just kind of sailed down into Prairieville's goalkeeper's hand. Tilly, great job, as we can see on this replay. I mean, I'm a coach. I want to see kids shoot, and you have no idea. I mean, the wind was blowing earlier today and a little bit right now, not as badly, coming into the press box this way. So just shoot. You never know what's going to happen. And right here, Prairieville is trying to find the through ball to Fuentes, and he's the one that sees that it went off, kind of ricocheted, and off of a Dutchtown player, so that means Prairieville throw in right here, closer to their goal.
Hernandez will do the honors once again. He's been doing it on this side, and he does looked like he was going to throw it toward the back line, and actually swung it around and threw it toward the middle of the field.
Yeah, I mean, you try to do anything that you can to go as far as you can, but a lot of people want to sidearm soccer throw-in, and you cannot. That is an illegal throw-in. And great job right there by Dutchtown for staying on Prairieville's attack this time, because of them staying. As you can see, all Dutchtown kind of went back into their little positions on defense and stuff that actually took away from Prairieville's chance of just shooting the ball. They didn't give them an open alley for him to find a player, and Dutchtown immediately, with playing smart defense, comes to the attack and brings the ball all the way to the other end of the field. Great job, and here's an opportunity for Dutchtown.
Good pass, missed the ball
and
right
straight
there in the
up
center.
Miss.
And it will be controlled by Prairieville, but it will be right back to Dutchtown. Dutchtown playing a lot of this early part of the first half on this side of the field, and it'll be a slide tackle and taken away and goes out of bounds. That was a nice play by the defender. That was Armando Hernandez, the sophomore.
And I actually think this center AR, as you can see on this replay, he's going to call it against Prairieville. Maybe not. Now he's deciding something else. So it's going to be actually, see the AR on the totally opposite side. This is offsides call.
Oh, okay.
See, we see something, replay. Ooh, I would have been
But
like,
why?
He kicked his ankle. He might have started his run too late, and side AR saw it, so it's something. Soccer is literally 360 at all times. I literally told players that I've taught, you have to be like a chicken with your head cut off, just on a swivel at all times.
Hard to have your head on a swivel when you have it cut off.
I mean,
I'm
you
just
know what I
saying.
mean. Girls, you had to say,
I'm
like,
sorry,
cut your
I had
head
to say
off.
something.
You had to
I
cut
couldn't
your
let
head
that
off.
go. I couldn't let that go.
I had 2 players before in my early coaches days and was like, Coach Joe, my head doesn't even go behind me. I was like, well, cut it off. Swivel it around, like a globe. So they laughed at it, but then they understood it when they were only looking forward. You have to look side to side and backwards at all times, and this is exactly what DUTCHTOWN's doing. They come from their back line, and now they have to be on offense. That head on the swivel, find that middle guy that's open, and continue the ball with this play. But Prairieville does a great job with getting a lot of people back to play defense, and this is actually going to be a foul on DUTCHTOWN. As we can see on this replay, both kids just kind of going at it, and the DUTCHTOWN player, number 8, Fletcher, taking the Prairieville kid out by kicking his leg and not the ball. It's almost like playing soccer my whole life. It was like, oops, I'm sorry. The ball was there, a second ago.
Yeah,
sorry.
exactly. I wasn't really aiming for your ankle, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry that was in the way.
I'm sorry, you were quicker than me.
All right. Good job defensively for DUTCHTOWN just to knock that one away. And that was, looks like, number 7 for DUTCHTOWN. That's Omari.
Yeah, as we can see on this replay, just simple, wait until they pressure you. Don't get too antagonized, whatever. Don't antagonize the player with the ball. Just kind of go with it and make them make the mistake. That's something that all defenders kind of need to learn. Don't be too persuasive into playing defense. Make the forward, make the mistake and then apply pressure. As we can see, DUTCHTOWN right here.
Nice steal. Nice job.
Just contain it right here. And then go with it and then apply pressure, which Prairieville is doing a great job. They have literally 7 people right now playing defense. Tracking back, that's a great job by the coaching staff at Prairieville for getting them conditioned for this game because that's a lot of running. I don't know if a lot of you are watching and seeing that they are coming from the 20 and 20 and 10 and 10. That's endurance right there.
Well, DUTCHTOWN is doing a good job of pushing up the field very much. So they're having to play that defense for Prairieville.
Yep.
Because Corsetto and Fletcher have been very effective on this left sideline.
Yeah. And they're going to get one soon because of the fact of how
good job
much
for
they're
Carol.
doing.
Almost got fooled on that one.
Absolutely. I mean, that is just a kid that on this replay, he wants it. And he's going to get through 2-3 people, and that's a great job by both DUTCHTOWN defensive backs right there for just stopping and, believing in themselves and their goalkeeper that's behind them, which is really the best in the state in Division I.
That was Caleb Eichels on that shot, by the way. Split the defenders.
Foul on Prairieville right here. He's going to give a free kick to DUTCHTOWN at the 40, and I knew exactly they were going to try to do a quick counterattack because if if Prairieville is sending 7 people in on defense, you got to get somebody off guard at least once or twice. As we can see, Prairieville is playing with a 4-back system. If they are always set in action, it's very hard to get that through ball or get somebody off guard. So definitely a great idea with trying to start fast on a free kick.
Brazard sent it long, so it'll be a goal kick. And you see number 99, Ben Tilley. Mentioned he was at DUTCHTOWN last year. Big time in the weight room. One of the strongest kids on the team for Prairieville.
Definitely key.
Let's see if Prairieville can push it up the field. They have had a couple of shots, or at least one good shot on goal, maybe one more. But again, it just feels like Dutchtown is controlling this game so far.
Yeah, I mean, Prairieville looks right now, I don't want to say it like this, but they look new to soccer. You know what I mean? They're trying to find their identity, trying to find themselves. They're really pushing the ball, but Dutchtown has Dutchtown. You know what I mean? They know that they can find each other, and so it's just the possibility of we can do it. One
thing that Coach Dyer said is that Prairieville's either going to come in and realize that they can just beat the daylights out of us, or they're going to come in lackadaisical a little bit, and that's kind of because they look at our record and they say, well, we can beat these guys, no problem. Look at our record, look at theirs. And right now it kind of feels like they came in a little overconfident possibly.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now they just have to find a systematic way to find their players up top, because right now with two key players in the back line for Dutchtown, which is with Barrow and can't quite see his number. They're both defensive center backs. They are playing phenomenal right now for Dutchtown for just making Prairieville have to work. And that's something that every team wants the other team to have to do, because it kind of makes them a little less, energetic to do the next thing, kind of brings them, knocks the wind out of them.
That was a good job by Matthew McWilliams to turn the forward or the wingback back into the field of play.
Yeah,
that's exactly what you do as a defender. You can't let him drive baseline or back line. You've got to turn him back to where your help is.
Absolutely.
Throw in is up.
Beautiful throw in.
And it will be chased down, knocked away, and probably out of bounds. Yes, it will be kicked out of bounds by Ben Tilley, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's a great job by Tilley, just because you don't know what's left. So you rather give them a throw-in than you be one-on-one with somebody in the box.
Tried to get a little flick past Omari, and Omari wasn't having it. Does go out of bounds off Dutchtown, so Prairieville will have a throw-in. And this is a new player throwing the ball, and I can't see his number as he's turned sideways on us. It's not Hernandez.
It looks like Austin Dom, 24,
okay.
Huh? Maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right. Very good.
Know.
Yep, it is 24.
33-year-old eyes trying up here.
Well,
after day one of the new semester.
53-year-old eyes is doing a lot better.
And as we can see, just Dutchtown simply, from their defensive back, that is their key ingredient into their season, keeping them together and keeping them focused, because as you can see with their record, their defense is getting challenged, but having such a strong suit in their goalkeeper right here keeps them close in games. I mean, everybody is seeing their record, but their record doesn't show how close those games were.
Right.
It wasn't like they're getting blown out 20-0. You know what I mean? It's 3-2, 1-0, 1-0, 2-1.
Right.
As what I'm looking at, 0-0, 1-1. They're in it. It's just they're not being able to finish. And that's nothing against a program or a coach. It's just this is rebuilding. You having new players. You're building the next 5 years. Every coach goes through this.
Well, we talked about it last week when we did EA and Cinema. I mean, sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you look at, just like you mentioned, I mean, the only time they haven't been blown out, and the only score that was actually more than 2 or 1 was when they beat Zachary 4-0.
Exactly, and I mean, it's just a testament of it's on this replay. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're not doing great this year, 2 and whatever. They're showing out every single game. And that's something that you definitely need to realize with Dutchtown. Never count Dutchtown out. They have the history. They have the tradition. No matter if they have all freshmen, playing, it's going to happen. And that was such a great job by Prairieville's defensive back to just kind of slide tackle in that moment to get the ball away and then apply pressure up the field. Yes, Dutchtown got it back, but it gave them an opportunity to get more people back against what Dutchtown brought 8 people.
Smart play right there to go backwards a little bit, keep it away from the Prairieville defense.
Absolutely.
The offense, and then let Carroll kick it away. going to go out of bounds.
I mean, both team wants to win, but I can tell you they will be satisfied with a 0-0. Both of them, on this replay, as you can see, beautifully done slide tackle by number 21, Carl Roussel. I mean, the junior, he literally is wearing a captain's badge for a reason, as we can see on this little play, helping his team out here at home. Just stop. A lot of people are like, ask me as a coach, do you recommend people slide tackling? No, but I recommend I give your body up to stop a ball at any time. Don't take the person out, go straight to the ball. And that was a beautiful example of exactly how you do a slide tackle on the defensive side. I
would presume it's kind of just like a running back in football, leaving his feet, hurling somebody. Once you're off the ground, or in this case on the ground, you can't. You're committed. That's all you can do is slide.
I've always said if you're going to slide tackle, you better take the ball or the person out.
Right.
That's all I'm going to ask, because if you don't and you look like a fool and the person jumps over you and still has the ball, I'm going to laugh at you.
Amari, nice pass up the field. 2 defenders on number 14 that time. Savoy. And Dutchtown trying to get close enough to get a shot on goal. This is going to go
still going.
Out.
Ooh, and a goal kick. I could have sworn it hit off of Prairieville last, but is going to be a Prairieville goal kick. As we can see on this replay, it looked like both number 35 for Prairieville, Matthew McWilliams, and Dutchtown's outside forward kind of went both at it, but is definitely going to be a Prairieville goal kick.
10:25 left to go in this first half. We'll probably have a couple of minutes extra time, but not much. I wouldn't expect.
I would say at least 40 seconds.
Yeah.
They like to put a little, I guess you would say, confetti on the end of a game.
Is that what they
call it?
A little confetti.
I always tell them, I'm like, do you want it? Do you not?
We got a big Saturday morning coming up. You and Jeff are doing the Prairieville East Ascension game, the girls soccer, at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. That's going to be a great one.
Absolutely. I'm more looking forward to still the cold weather. But, I mean, honestly, to go to EA, a pinnacle of soccer here in Ascension Parish, because of the fact of what Chris Goodall, who is now the Prairieville girls soccer coach, and the previous EA boys coaches throughout the years, Van Moore, this and that. EA soccer used to be the Dutchtown back in, the 2000s and stuff like that. The boys team went to the semifinals twice, 2 years in a row. That was something as a soccer person. I went to EA's field to watch them play the semifinals 2 years in a row against St. Paul. No, they didn't get it, but it was the coolest experience of my lifetime because I saw a state semifinals here in Ascension Parish. It's pretty phenomenal to go back to EA to watch soccer every single year because of the experience that I had in high school, seeing some of great friends have to play for a semifinal there on the boys' side for EA. And as we can see, Dutchtown, here is their attack. This is the press that, Jimmy was talking about earlier. They have to be on the pedal. Yes, we more said Prairieville, but Dutchtown is starting to see this in this last, 10 minutes of this half. They're seeing, hey, we can win this.
Well, Springer took it about 50 yards by himself. He did a great job, and just kind of lost it at the end there, trying to get it up the field to number 13, Damon Davis.
Yeah, you're going to see this in this last 10 minutes. It's going to be kind of the, if you've ever seen Survivor on TV, this is exactly what this last 8 minutes of this game is going to be, just because if somebody can set a tone right here, that brings halftime totally different. That brings the start of the second half, maybe somebody a little bit more comfortable in starting something new. As we can see, Prairieville is going to try the lob, and beautiful job right there. Pretty sure that's number 19. Nope. Don't even have a 19, so
Caleb
so
Burrow,
sorry.
I thought,
yeah.
but maybe not.
Barrow.
I thought it was Barrow. Shot, and it's going to just trickle into the goal, toward the goal, and Carroll is easily there. even though that wasn't a hard shot, you would certainly consider that a shot on goal. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. Anything that is on frame is considered shot on goal, even if it bounces 5 times.
Right,
it's considered shot on goal. I really hate to say it. I was a great player at no shots on goal in a game because I would hit Murray's at the pit because I would just be shooting. Like
just kick away.
Yeah, just kick it. I mean, I've hit people's cars many of times. Even at EA, one of my favorite moments, which one of my friends that played for EA girls soccer all 4 years, graduated together, she remembers my junior year when I sailed it over EA's fence onto corner view and hit a car.
I'm glad you weren't playing golf, and playing soccer is a lot better with softer balls than those golf balls.
I didn't even know what to do at the moment in a game. I just kind of raised my hand and said sorry, but the person just kept going. So I was like, okay, please don't call my mom and have to claim insurance. None of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, right at 6 minutes in this half, both teams, I mean, it is 0-0 because of the fact that somebody has got to find each other. As we can see, Fuentes right
shaking
here.
Shaking it off a little bit. Alejandro got shaken up a little bit.
Yeah, it's also coldness. I'm telling you, it's a great soccer weather because it is you got to keep moving. Getting hit, you're going to feel it tomorrow. But South Louisiana, we're one of 7 states that plays soccer in the cold, in the winter. Everybody else is in the fall. So this is always so fun to see our student athletes play in the wintertime. Cold, rain, whatever, but they're built for this. This is
Brazard. Check that. This is actually Fletcher. Excuse me. Fletcher will boot it, trying to find a man crossing the middle of the field, looking for Shea, and he hasn't docked away from him. They will keep the ball in bounds, and now it goes out of bounds. Midfielder knocks it away.
Yeah, and I think the referee right here on this play, as we can see with Shea, extended his arm, so it's actually going to be a foul on Shea and Dutchtown, and it's going to give either Prairieville, free kick. Great job right there, but just placing the ball down, giving it back to your goalkeeper to kind of set everybody up, get everybody up, because goalkeepers on both teams can hit it 20, 30 yards easily, from goal kicks and things like that. I've always said on the girls' side, like, if I can get a goalkeeper to hit it 50 yards, you make the team. Because that is a deal breaker when it comes to
you don't have to stop it in the goal, but if you can kick it 50 yards,
yes,
you're in.
Absolutely. We got defenders for that.
I got you.
Yeah, and to comment something earlier that you said about the weightlifting, the difference. I mean, it is a huge difference for high school athletes when they come in as freshmen. I'd never laughed, as we can see on this replay. Okay, we just seen that is a sophomore right there for Prairieville. I'm going to tell you, wait till his senior year.
Yep.
He's going to kick that, and it actually hit the houses across the street. It is definitely a huge difference. As a coach, I've seen female girls come through it, the weightlifting program, and number 37 right there for Prairieville, not even a 37, so maybe 27. I just see a 17. Could be.
Charo, I believe.
They're definitely going to see a difference in leg strength and endurance.
He sends one towards the goal, and it's going to go wide. Nice job for the left foot. That's a tough kick, especially if you're not left-footed.
Absolutely, yeah. And Fletcher right there, he's one of their forwards, from last year. He's just going to be shooting in the second half, and that's what we're kind of seeing in these last 3 minutes, well, a little over 3 minutes in this half. Just anything. I've always said if you don't shoot, you don't win the game. So why not shoot from out left, out right, or 20, 30 yards?
Miss every shot you don't take, right?
Absolutely.
So Prairieville will take their time on this one and control it as they boot it up the field. A nice header by Omari. Omari has been all over the place tonight. Oh, nice touch. It's going to be a shot, and they're going to see. Oh, they tried to feed it into the center of the field. A shot, and it's in. Goal for Dutchtown, and they get on the board first. It's 1-0.
That was a beautiful setup, just everything right there. You know, the last 3 minutes are always crucial in a game, and Dutchtown yet again shows, their seniority in playing soccer. You know, that was number 9 right there, Jake Shea. Gosh, that last name is going to get me because I pronounced it wrong like a year ago, and his dad definitely called me out. But that Shea kid right there came up right there big for Dutchtown, just following the ball, staying with it, and beautiful 360 turn and not giving up on it for his team and himself to go up 1-0 with 2 minutes left here in the half, which you'll see that our clock has stopped because, as all soccer games, the center ref is the sole keeper of the official time. And Shea right here again with the ball.
Push up the field, the goal, he came out and it goes into the goal. Another one. Owen Fletcher, he had the assist on the one a minute ago, and now just like that, 2 goals being scored by Dutchtown almost within 30 seconds of each other.
And that Shea kid again. Beautifully done. Oh, Owen Fletcher this time. But that was from Shea, from Fletcher. He straight up just continued with the ball. Didn't even care that he was about to run into the goalkeeper. Yet again, Mr. Andre, you give up your body to play this sport. Slide tackling, anything else. Give up your body. Play it.
Well, Ben Tilley came out of the box, and he paid the price for it. If you're going to do that, you have to get the ball off the foot, and he was not able to do so. So all of a sudden, we've got a totally different complexion of this soccer game. Dutchtown leading 2-0 here, heading into halftime very shortly. And to me, it has been all Dutchtown this entire first half.
Yeah, they definitely got comfortable with it, and they definitely found a little groove. I've always said, though, that the worst soccer score is 2-0. We saw that they got the first one, and then all of a sudden that second one came. For Dutchtown, they just need to keep the pace and run Prairieville out. As we can see, Dutchtown is now getting in a groove to where they're simply everywhere. I am seeing nothing but white jerseys within every pass that they're doing. Shea, a great ball in.
Wow, what a great shot. Preston Springer back-footed with his heel. And but it was a nice pass again by Owen Fletcher.
Yeah, as we can see.
Watch Fletcher.
Whew.
Back of his heel. I mean, that is just hard to time. It's hard to do.
Yes, absolutely. Fletcher is being the man of the minutes right now here for Dutchtown, just because he is.
Foul on that one. Sorry.
Well, it's possession-wise. That's why I kept talking. I'm like, no, they're not going to stop it, as they can see that Dutchtown's 2-0, so they're going to keep it with Prairieville. Prairieville, at least right here, I already know what Coach Adrian's going to say. Just calm down. There's another 40 minutes that you need to play. Make something happen. And a goal kick right here for Dutchtown.
So they've only Prairieville defense has only given up 3 goals all year coming into this game. They've given up 2 here tonight. And that will do it for the first half of play. So we head to the locker room with Dutchtown shocking the world, leading Prairieville 2-0. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
We're REV Business, a local provider with nearly 90 years of experience. So when it comes to business in Louisiana, we know that personalized service is key. And we're here to go the extra mile with all fiber solutions that deliver what every business needs: reliability and quality. We're not just providers. We're the local team dedicated to helping you succeed. True partnerships are homegrown. REV Business, internet, phone, managed services. Visit us at letsrev.biz.
BT Chapman and AJ Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Prairieville High School Athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Canes!
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Getting a quality haircut shouldn't break the bank. That's why at Finish Line Haircuts, we believe everyone deserves top-notch grooming without the hefty price tag. From expert beard trims, shampoo sessions, to relaxing scalp massages, our wide range of services will get you firing on all cylinders. Our pit crew is ready to greet you and your family with warm smiles and great service to ensure your experience is the absolute best. Schedule your appointment today and get $5 off your first haircut. We'll see you at the finish line.
Galva's Seafood in Prairieville invites you to dive into a delicious dining experience. Since 2012, Galva's Seafood has been locally owned and operated, which means meals made from scratch using fresh ingredients. Treat yourself to fresh fried seafood, steaks, and exciting seasonal additions to our menu. Stop in for brunch on Sundays. Enjoy a cold beer while satisfying those taste buds. And of course, there's always something for the little ones, so bring the whole family. Visit Galva's Seafood on Highway 42 in Prairieville.
We'll see you soon.
Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
What a first half it has been here at Prairieville as the Prairieville Hurricanes, with a record of 11-2-2, come into their home pitch, their home field, and are really having a little trouble. Not a little trouble, a lot of trouble with Dutchtown, who is leading this game 2-0. Of course, Dutchtown, the powerhouse in Ascension Parish, and really statewide for a very long time. They're a little bit down this year, but you wouldn't know it by watching this first half.
No, absolutely. Dutchtown right now is just kind of going into Prairieville's vulnerability. You know, they're going after the young ones. Both goals, as we can see, win on both sides of the field, where their Prairieville's outside backs are sophomores. You know, and that's where they're attacking. But those older attackers for Dutchtown sees that they're giving that little leadway, and they're positioning themselves to already get ahead of them. It's kind of saying like a 15-year-old versus 18-year-old, a little bit smarter in that sense on that side of the field. And, you know, as I said earlier, Dutchtown has played, not saying this, but I will, in bigger games that they've lost by 1. You know, Division I, Division II, totally different powerhouses. As we can see, the Division I district right here.
Yeah, absolutely. Denham Springs 12-0-1 and 1-0 in district play. Tremendous job for them. East Ascension 8-3-5. Santa Maria 7-6-4. Then you got Live Oak, Walker, and Dutchtown, who have not played a district game as of yet. And now for Prairieville Division II, they're in District 6 with and Prairieville leads that division at 11-2-2, and they're 1-0 in district play. Terra's right behind them at 10-1, and then Livonia at 0-1 in district, and West Feliciana followed by Liberty. They have not played district games yet. So both of these schools playing different competition, but when you tangle in Ascension Parish, I mean, you throw out the records.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something that I felt as a player, and then when I brought into my coaching experience, you were looking at the chest. That's a Dutchtown that Prairieville sees, and right. Dutchtown is seeing, the P with the Hurricane. That is something that is kind of instilled in them now. They are starting a tradition. They're starting a rivalry that, if you really pinpoint, Prairieville to Dutchtown High is what? 10 miles,
at the most,
maybe, people see each other on the weekends, shopping and things like that. This is something that is now going to be ingrained, that, not the hatred, but more of the, we're going to beat you. And that's something that I feel Dutchtown is kind of providing more, that extra little I'm going to obtain the ball and produce something in the back of the net.
Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for both of these teams. For Dutchtown, in district. They will play at Denham Springs coming up on Friday, I believe. And then the 14th, they'll play Walker. And then a REV game of the week on January 21st, Dutchtown will be at Santa Maria. Dutchtown will host East Ascension and wrap it up with Live Oak at the end of the month. And now for Prairieville, their district schedule shapes up like this. They've already played Livonia. They played Livonia early in the season. December 16th, they won 5-1 in that one. And then they have Liberty, followed by Tara. That's going to be their biggest district contest on the 21st with Tara. And then they will host West Feliciana on the 27th. So a lot of soccer left to play for both of these schools. And, of course, it's all a district. And there's a couple of other non-district games sprinkled in there as well, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely, because you don't want to just have your whole January be district because that is so much emotions,
right,
so much at stake. You want those little, freebies, I guess you would say, but more of a little bit of pressure off, but also get you ready for playoffs. You know, that's what everybody forgets, that soccer is done at the end of January, playoffs the first week of February. So you want to be able to possibly play anybody that you could contend with in playoffs. And that's something that you see in the Prairieville High schedule. They're playing anybody and everybody because this is their first year, but it's also showing LHSAA when you play Division I teams like they are tonight, they're competing. You know, a lot of people are looking at this 2-0. That's not a loss for Prairieville. This is a defining moment for this tradition and this rivalry that will start 2025 and forever.
Let's take a look at the boys' power rankings from LHSAA in Division I. See East Ascension up there at number 7, Santa Maria's at 14, and Dutchtown's at 20. For Division II, Prairieville is a power ranking of 6. That bodes very well for their seeding in the playoffs. For the girls, Santa Maria is power ranked at number 10. East Ascension is 20, and Dutchtown is 27. I know where the cutoff is on basketball and football and other things. Is the cutoff? You know what the cutoff is on playoffs? Is it
28?
It's 28. Okay.
Well, Division II is 28.
Okay.
Division I is 32.
Okay, it is 30. Okay.
Yeah, so it's been very different. 2-3 is like 28. It really is because if you go to LHSA website, when you go to Division 2, 3, and 4, it's not as many teams.
Right.
Division 1 girls soccer has always been at least like I think 43, 42. When you look at Division 2, it might be 32. Like, you know, it's very different every single year.
And of course, Prairieville and girls is ranked number 10. So again, bodes well for their playoff chances. Coming up on the REV Game of the Week, we've got some great stuff coming for you, and it's going to be wonderful. Coming up on Saturday, 11 a.m., Jeff and Jolie will have Prairieville at East Ascension girls soccer. Then on the 13th, Prairieville will travel to Donaldsonville for a girls basketball game at 5:30, and Santa Maria and Prairieville girls soccer will happen on at 6 p.m. on the 14th, and then you and I will be back together for Dutchtown at East Ascension girls soccer at 6 p.m. on Thursday the 16th. So next Thursday, looking forward to that.
So really, my January goes Prairieville, EA. Prairieville, EA.
There you
Love
go.
it. Love
there you go. Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, doesn't. New field, the old established field. I love it. I love it.
Let's revisit while we have a minute. Let's revisit our keys to victory if possible. And that way we can kind of, I don't want to put too fine a point on it, but I have not seen the press and the foot on the gas, which is one of our keys to victory for Prairieville, that we really expected, especially in the early going of the game. I didn't see it.
No. I mean, the only thing that I saw about Prairieville is the fact that they have key moments that they have to capitalize on. They took it from their back line, hit their midfield, hit Fuentes at the top, but then Fuentes was stopped by 4 or 2 Dutchtown players. They really have to, that foot on the gas. all come up together to where Fuentes can find somebody, flank it off, and then they can find him again in a considerable 1-2 scenario. One of my biggest things, though, is DUTCHTOWN's defense is just containing them, and that's such a great job with them because of they are using their experiences through their advantage. Their whole back line is returners. They know the stigma of DUTCHTOWN soccer, so they're really showing it tonight with such a young Prairieville that is scoring every single game.
I expect with the experience of Coach Garcia, he is in that locker room telling his guys to do exactly what he told me, is that they cannot get it. They can't get derailed by the adversity that they've seen in the first half. They have to be able to block that 40 minutes out and get back to play. And I do expect that they're going to come out with a little bit of fire in their belly because they're certainly looking to make a mark here in their first season. But the other thing is, I do think DUTCHTOWN has come out with a chip on their shoulder. They're like, look, we're not a 2-6 football soccer team.
No, absolutely.
We're not those guys. We're DUTCHTOWN, and we're going to come in here and play like DUTCHTOWN's supposed to play.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes into the fact of, I've always said that I hate when the headlines of the newspaper say, DUTCHTOWN lost 7 games. It never has the details of those 7 games. In soccer, 1-0 could mean that they didn't score till the last 2 minutes. Yep. Same thing with football, you have a team that wins 14-7. It might have been 0-0 for 2 quarters, and it was a phenomenal game. So that's something that I've never kind of taken to, oh my gosh, DUTCHTOWN has only won 2 games. Oh no, let me look into those 14, losses that they had, and like I said, it's by 1. It's by 4, which I think was the worst, and then so many ties, and it's just something that has to go with DUTCHTOWN. They're going to come out.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll set up the second half and be ready for action here from Prairieville. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Prairieville High School would like to thank the following Cat 5 sponsors for their support of our inaugural season of athletic competition.
Relief Windows,
Galvez Seafood, Superior Office Supplies, Mike Anderson's, Miller Safety Consulting, Hollis Orthodontics.
We are back. The temperature has dropped another degree or 2, but that doesn't matter to the guys and gals that are in the stands and on the field. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Jolie Hartman. And again, Jolie, it's been an exciting first half of play. Now it's time to kind of switch our mindset a little bit to what happens here in the second half. I believe that Prairieville has got to contain the 2 scorers right now, which has been Owen Fletcher, who's been doing a great job passing the ball, and Jake Shea.
Yeah, I mean that's just a testament to those 2 players right there that I've heard and said their name many of times throughout the years of doing Rev or being around soccer. That's just 2 kids loving this game, becoming big for their team and their school in a big setting. I mean, it is freezing out here, but I'm counting more than 40 fans here, and they can hear that. It's a great night, the start of a new school year, so they want to come into the day 2 of this semester, with a huge win to kind of be able to boost their morale throughout this rest of this January.
We are set to rock and roll, and we are glad that you've joined us because Rev gives us the pleasure, gives us the ability to bring you all of the different sports from all the different Ascension Parish schools, and that is a luxury that a lot of communities do not have. And we want to certainly thank Rev for backing this this community event that we do, these community events that we do, because it's so great to highlight these young athletes, boys, girls, basketball, softball, baseball, soccer, football, of course, and we're just proud to be a little part of what Rev does here in the Ascension Parish community.
Absolutely, and to bring soccer into someone else's home is such phenomenal for me as a young Ascension Parish, child that played soccer, and all of my family members had no idea what I was playing. So this is phenomenal for young boys and girls to see this and that we have this in our parish.
And Prairieville sends this one into the visiting stands. And we are underway here in the second half. It is 2-0, Dutchtown scoring 2 quick goals with about a minute left, so about the 39th minute of the first half.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely came within those last 5 minutes. They showed out, they came out, and it was more of their upperclassmen leadership. They are not going back to Dutchtown with a loss, and you saw that in those last 2 minutes.
Nice pass up the field. It will be controlled and knocked out of bounds. Number 5 into the ball game for
Sebastian Lopez. Yeah, Prairieville is definitely going to be more defensive mindset, but with that foot on the gas, they are going to try to bring more people up to play. But I see Coach Adrian definitely had that Coach Adrian talk at halftime, because you are going to see kind of a different formation. They do still have 2, but you're going to see more of a triangle position in the midfield to contain not necessarily what they're doing in the midfield, but to contain a what is called a counterattack. As we can see, Prairieville right here on the far side just need to believe in themselves, kick it up, and that is going to be Dutchtown's goalkeeper easily. Kind of stood up in the sky for a little longer than what I expected, but I guess it's also the glare on this press box right now.
The foul will be against Prairieville, and you see number 5 Lopez going down there. But that was a great job by the goalie, Carroll, to sling the ball out with his arm exactly to where he needed to be, to his wing in Lopez. And again, Lopez got tripped up a little bit, so it'll be a free kick for Dutchtown. Sends it downfield. Nice header, and it will be controlled by Prairieville. I'm amazed by the ability of these young men and girls, when we see the women, how well they can control the ball off their foot, whether it's coming hard at them or they're able to slow it down and touch, or then get it going again. So it's just amazing skill to have. I played a little bit of soccer. My brothers were very good at soccer. I never had that ability by any stretch of the imagination.
A simple, always have a ball at your foot. I know, as we can see on this replay, just Prairieville runs over Dutchtown. Having a ball at your foot definitely signifies the confidence that you have with the ball at your feet. I'm pretty sure I broke a few fine china in my house because I was always walking around either juggling or doing something. In a beautiful run here from number 8 right there, Fletcher. Right there for Dutchtown, but he's a kid I know grew up with the ball at his feet, because of the fact, if you want to be something in any AP school here in your club team, you have to be confident with that ball, and just a simple touch is just you containing. As we can see with Fuentes, he is so great with staying poised, finding the right man that is open, and just a simple try to get around 18 for Dutchtown, which is Bizarre. As we can see, Dutchtown is simple with it. They have all the time in the world now, the second half. You're going to see them kind of run the clock out. Let's not do too much, as that just happened for Dutchtown. Now it's going to be a throw-in for the Prairieville Hurricanes right here, and the side for boys soccer. This is going to be number 35 for Prairieville, Matthew McWilliams. Great throw-in. Nobody is there, but Dutchtown, great job for staying and just playing defense on that throw-in.
Fletcher tried to control it, and there's Lopez again coming in and clearing the ball. Nice to his wing. It's Fletcher. Fletcher with a touch. He's got some guys in front of him. He will split a couple defenders and then pass it off. That's Cressetto. He's been all over the place in the first half. Oh, nice job right there for Brizard. Brizard started right, went back to his left. A beautiful job to fake out the defender.
Great job right there.
Just had to slow it down a little bit. You
Yes,
didn't want to get it past the line.
Absolutely. It's just a simple flick to where you can get more people behind you.
Right.
Awesome job right there from that Dutchtown defensive back, just because of just a little simple, got 3 other people behind you. Very smart knowledge of the game right there when he's looking at it, because he is their last defender before the goal keep. So great job right there. This is going to be right at the 22-yard line on the football field. Looks like
Caleb Eichels.
Yeah, Caleb Eichels right here for Prairieville.
He'll send it toward the goal, and it will be knocked away by a white shirt of Dutchtown.
And keeps it in. Beautiful job. Way to not give up on the ball. A lot of people would give up, and I'm somebody that if it's in our defensive end, you better go all out. You know, you don't want to be the last one, and a foul is going to be called for kind of going in for a hard tackle, going for ankles and not the ball. That's another foul on Prairieville, which is number 5 for the night for them.
Pushing it up the field, but Fletcher couldn't control it. Ooh, I thought he pushed him a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to definitely see that in the second half. Maybe some emotions flying. We saw a lot of that, as we can see on the instant replay.
Right there, yeah.
Yes, love tap. It's fine.
Right,
I mean,
and then he got tripped up.
Yeah, then tripped up. We saw a lot of that against EA Seminole game.
So, free kick. Man, if it were football, I'd say from the left hash, but I can't say that.
Yeah, definitely different measurements, as you can see right here. Because the goal is actually the 100 yards away. I mean, it's all the way at the end. Well, not even 115, 20?
20, yeah. 10 yards from the goal line to the back.
So, totally different.
Good shot, good pass, and it was controlled and cleared by Dutchtown. Here's Lopez. Lopez will spin, pass it back to one of his midfielders, and that is Brizard. Brizard is tripped up, and Fuentes can't believe he didn't get a call.
Yep, he's getting it now. But I think he's going to get a yellow card.
Wow.
Yeah. As we can see, I mean, don't show too much emotions. Don't
go
go off.
Wow, he pulled him by his arm. Did you see that?
Actually, nope. It's not even going to go on Fuentes, even though it looked like our center AR was looking at Fuentes, actually gave it to number 18 for Dutchtown. Michael Brizard definitely pulled him down on that one. But as we're up here, it looked like he went to Fuentes to give it to him, but it was actually Michael for Dutchtown that received what I called the Visa card.
Great job by our camera guys in that replay to see that. Eichels will put his foot into it for Prairieville. They'll send everybody toward the goal. They'll head it up. Still live. Controlled by Dutchtown. So it was a good effort. Didn't quite pan out for them.
Yeah.
And Fuentes will knock it OB.
I mean, you got to do something right here. You're down 2-0. You have to go out of anything in your bag, which right here for Dutchtown, for Prairieville, you want to kick the ball out, because there's only 2 other people, as we can see on this replay on that free kick. They had a Prairieville person. He just had his stance towards the ball and not towards the goal, which caused him to kind of put the ball back to where the ball started.
Boy, Fuentes got a little bit lucky on that one. He just passed it all the way across the field, but he didn't really realize that nobody was there. He just kind of kicked it away.
Yeah, it's kind of just playing with the blind eye right now, because you want something to happen. This is part of the game that I've always felt for any team you have to control, and a great opportunity here from for Prairieville. He has to keep going. If you stop the ball right there in the box, there's gonna be so many defenders. He needed to keep evaluating that space and go more towards goal.
Jaeger Lawler was the one that was denying the ability for the wing to get toward the goal. He did a great job defensively.
Absolutely.
He's been a sub that's come in here in the second half, and he has made his presence known.
I mean, it's anything, with 10 minutes almost gone in this half, definitely a difference in Prairieville. A little bit more stamina, a little bit more motivation, and a huge thing with this one is it's actually only on Prairieville side. You know what I mean?
Right,
this
right,
half
right.
because you're down. So they are only keeping 3 people back in defense, and that is helping them a lot with getting that numbers up and finding the gas pedal for this half.
Nice job to head the ball way upfield and get it to one of his midfielders. That was Lopez kicking it away, and it will be controlled by Springer. Springer splits one defender and has it knocked away from him. You can see his exasperation with himself there. Back to the center of the field. There's a little touch pass.
That would have
by
been
Fletcher.
beautiful.
Boy, he has got a nice foot when he finds his man he wants to pass it to.
Yes, that is a simple, just knowing where the ball is on your foot too. Hey, I can just simple put my foot here. Oh,
Yes,
it's going to
Fletcher.
be a beautiful pass out as we can see that Dutchtown is trying now to widen the field. Why not? That's how they scored the first 2 goals in the first half, as we can see right here on this replay. Widen Prairieville out, you're going to find more people in the center.
Yep. Too far that time for Lopez. He couldn't chase it down. Slowing the game down just a little bit. Of course, the clock ticks, but we've been seeing some very quick throw-ins, and that was Prairieville letting his team set up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Touchdown just seems to be a step faster tonight.
Yes. Oh, beautiful ball. They're a step
Here we go.
faster because of the fact that they
Kick it.
have
Way high,
everything
wide.
to gain
Yeah.
from this. The respect, the this, the that. And as we can see on this replay, Prairieville right here, simple, driven, all this and all that. And on that replay, you saw him just lift his head up at that last minute. That's how you knew the ball was going over. But it actually hit off of a Dutchtown defender. So now it is Prairieville's first corner of the game.
By Fuentes. Fuentes will send it into the scrum. It will be knocked up once again. Controlled by Prairieville, but then right back out of bounds off a Dutchtown player. I believe that's Lopez.
Yeah, and they're going to try to keep everybody in. I know Coach Adrian is, what do we have to lose? We're already losing 2-0. So they're going to keep everybody in the box just to keep the ball. And Dutchtown has to do a quick counter because Prairieville doesn't have everybody. And he just kind of decides, you know what, we're 2-0. You see on this throw-in, they had Dutchtown's defensive center back, Prairieville's defensive center back trying to get a header on it. They could have countered very easily right there, but Dutchtown's goalkeeper decided to kind of hold the ball and let the time run out.
Inbound now for Fletcher. And it appears that Lopez is going to come out of the game, and he does, trying to catch the number that's coming in. He's coming
Let's
in
see
for
who
him.
can get it first. Looks like 17.
It looks like 7. Looks like Melito, right?
Let's see if he turns around.
It is 17. You were right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was Cressetto. Cressetto came in. I saw 7. You got the whole thing.
I know. I
See,
was
that's
like,
why you got 33-year-old eyes and not 53-year-old
I know.
eyes. That's the difference. And there's Cressetto tipping it off his foot, trying to get it to number 4, that being
And a sub here for
Austin
Prairieville.
Wilson.
Hopefully they hit somebody up top to keep the legs going and Dutchtown's defensive back kind of lingering away. And this looks like, a tall person right here for Prairieville. I think that's number 30. Caven Daly.
Yeah.
And this is a great addition to Prairieville because of the strength that this kid has. I've seen him play throughout this season, and he is somebody that a junior brings experience to this pitch for Prairieville. He's definitely going to be somebody that you're going to see throughout the field.
Cressetto, we're going to have a foul called, and it'll be a free kick. Just knocks it very quickly to Springer, and Springer back to his defender. Up the field. Nice vision that time to spot number 17, Cressetto. Cressetto to Fletcher. Fletcher's not offside. He's onside. Centers it. And it will be knocked, just barely tipped by one of the defenders for Prairieville, and saves a possible shot on goal and a possible goal, period.
And one of the biggest things is soccer. Every soccer player wants the prettiest goal, and some of the prettiest goals I've ever seen when you one-touch it and then shoot. and that's definitely
Right.
a foul right outside the box, taking out Prairieville's forward in that notion. As we can see, ball is away from him, and his leg is taken out. So this is going to be a free kick for the Hurricanes, which this is Dutchtown's third foul of the game.
Miliotto was the one that was whistled for the foul, and he will come out of the game, and we will catch who the number of the young men that's coming into the game. It's number, we ran by the camera, 26, Bradley Landry.
Look
is
at
into
you.
the game.
You got that one.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. Just hoping. I flipped a coin on that one. It's okay. I'm fairly certain. 24-15 left to go with a little extra
ball
time.
in.
And good job by Carol. Carol
very
just
nice.
gave it up that time.
Beautifully thrown, as we can see on this replay. Sets himself up great because he saw that the ball was bringing him towards the far post, which in soccer, far means the farthest pole from the ball. So the far post, and then you have near post, nearest post to the ball. Everybody understands. Even if the ball moves, to the total opposite side, pole switch, near post, far post. So great job by him for just relying on his wits of soccer and going if the ball is traveling this way, it's more than likely to come this way. And what we call through the wickets just happened.
Got nutmegged that time.
Yeah.
That was that was Fletcher, excuse me. Slide tackle foul.
And definitely
Number 12.
That's Price. DeBarros. Maybe. DeBarros. Yeah. That is definitely going to be a foul, as you can just see on the replay. That's dangerous. I mean, he went cleats up into someone else's ankle. You definitely don't want, even though they are rivals, even though, everybody knows each other, you don't want to hurt anybody in these games because of the fact both of them have great chances of playoffs and that kind of stuff. So you just don't want to at the beginning of January.
Springer to Wilson, and Wilson will find a man in the middle. Nice pass
Simple
up front.
through. Beautiful.
Nice job.
Stay with it.
They're doing a beautiful job of passing the ball. Oh, man, just barely offsides.
Yes, the side AR saw it from the get-go because he was trying to set up to bring the outside back to him to where the center forward can have more room for movement.
That was Cade Foley on that pass, number 16. He's checked into the game. Haven't called his name yet tonight, but he's been out there for a couple of minutes. 22 minutes to go unofficially.
Yeah, I think maybe 40 seconds will be at it. No injury or anything else. So as of right now, not over a minute.
Springer controlled and then had it stolen away from him. Nice job for the Prairieville defender on the far side of the field. When you talk to Coach Garcia, please get him to get these numbers.
There's no talking to him
but
about
they're beautiful uniforms.
jerseys.
They're beautiful uniforms, and I'm telling you, it's not something that a lot of people think about. Can you see it from the press box? I can see it fine when I'm sitting on the sideline, but from up here it's a little tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'll talk to him, but it ain't
not gonna do any good, huh?
Uh-uh.
There's
He's gonna be
Foley
like,
again.
yeah, but this looks so good.
It does look cool. I do like the blue-green combination.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, you're making a statement, friend. That's about it. Yes. So Prairieville right now, you're going to see a lot of numbers up. Like how I said earlier, they have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Right.
They're playing a Division I team coming, Division II. So they're just going to be, after this next 20 minutes, see more of a two-back system and more wings, more options. See that they try to get the ball out wide and throw in. And as you can see, Dutchtown has committed another foul, so it's going to be a free kick for Prairieville right there, kind of towards the 30-yard line on the opposite side of the press box. Beautifully ball.
Oh, man, that was a dangerous play that time.
And I think that was off of a Dutchtown Griffin head.
It was
so
definitely
I
off.
kind of went to the ground on this one, as we can see in this preview. Okay,
It
great
was
job. And
Damon
if anybody doesn't know, a goalkeeper is not supposed to touch the ball if it's kicked back to them. But if it's any kind of deflection from their own team, they can touch it with their hand. So great job, goalkeeper, knowing that, because I've seen a goalkeeper step away because they thought they wasn't supposed to catch it before. So great job with the knowledge of soccer right there by Dutchtown's goalkeeper.
One of the things that Coach Dyer prides himself and his team on is knowing the game of soccer, and they rely on that knowledge, that high IQ that makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely saves you in a lot of games, knowing if I can count right now, if I don't have the ball and I can see that Prairieville is bringing 7 people, we got somebody open,
right.
Up top, just those little things that I mean about soccer smart or anything else. And as we can see on this preview, yet again, somebody going through a person and not getting the ball, okay? They're just going to try everything right now to get the ball back.
Michael Brazard has checked back into the ball game. He replaces Lopez, who came in to give him a blow. A little breather.
Oh, and it's definitely going to be effective in the second half. Cold air, cold wind, lungs.
Yep.
You're going to want your 12th man. And as we can see right here for Dutchtown.
Shot is up. It's free.
Done.
Goalie's out of the box, blocks the ball again, and that was an interesting play by Prairieville, and they were able to survive it.
And it's going to give them a corner from that just because Prairieville wanted to get it out, as we can see on this preview.
Oh, man, what a great header by the defender.
Preview, sorry. I'm literally watching them on the field right now. And then back at the screen, great job by Prairieville's goalkeeper of simply getting a hand up, because that was a rocket off of Dutchtown's right foot. And it's funny to me that person, I couldn't really see his number, took a right-footed shot on that side when that's a left foot area, So that made Prairieville's goalkeeper take his left hand out because of just a ricochet, and great job right there by falling on the ball. You definitely want to put your body in between you and the goal when it comes to a shot on the goal right here. As we can see, simple toss around and place down and make sure that you have concealed the ball through and through.
It's Ben Tilley in the goal for Prairieville. Springer will tip it and touch it, and then they'll bounce it back up the field. A little pinball action up and back.
It's simple. Dutchtown is just wanting to possess right now. They're up 2-0, 17 minutes. Find people's feet. Get Prairieville tired. You know what I mean? Don't go crazy. Don't commit fouls inside the box. Play with a chip on your shoulder, show them who's boss, basically, by simple smartness of the game, just like how their goalkeeper just did right there, Brady. Simple, hold it. You got 10 seconds after you pick it up in your hand, use it.
Now he boots it a good 40 yards, and this will be Crescetto trying to chase it down. It will go out of bounds, and it will be Prairieville throw-in. I do like the way that the ball boys and the ball girls do a great job of getting the ball to whoever is throwing the ball in. They don't waste a lot of time chasing the ball down and things like that. It's very quick. They get the ball to the player. We'll have some substitutions coming in for both teams.
Yeah, those ball boys and girls right now are just eating this up because of the fact that's the older kids. They get to see this firsthand. They get to experience this. And one day they're hoping that's going to be them. And it's crazy to know that, I promise you, both of all the kids know both teams or players on the teams because everybody's friends with everybody, that kind of thing. I hate to say it, all great ball girl and boy, all great athletes that play soccer for high school now were once ball boys and girls for high school. I know for a fact Coach Chris Goodall, back in the early 2000s, asked me to be a ball girl at EA. Absolutely did, just to be able to see a high school game for free and be on the field. And a shot wide right.
Not much.
But, hey, keep taking it right there for the captain for Prairieville High. Use it. Do it. So many people were right in front of Dutchtown's goal that their goalkeeper couldn't really see, and he kind of even put his hands up as of, thank gosh, it kind of went a little wide right. That's number 21, right? Carl Roussel. Right there with the captain's badge for Prairieville. He definitely showed out tonight, even though it's 2-0. He kept a lot more other goals, out for Dutchtown scoring.
This will be Fuentes. Fuentes is known to take advantage when he has the opportunity. He'll send it to the center of the field, and it'll be controlled by Dutchtown. Couldn't quite get a good angle on it, kind of overkicked and missed it.
Beautifully placed ball right there in the center.
Man.
Nice job by 15 for Dutchtown. Lawler definitely does a great job by just getting ahead on it to get it away from pressure that Prairieville was all kind of digging up. But they are here for a counter. Keep it, and place it.
And it's in for the third goal of the night.
Beautifully done right there by Dutchtown by containing, controlling, and not getting away from this set piece.
Springer just out of
the
reach of the goalie's hand of Tilly, and it goes right in the back of the net, and it is 3-0 with 13:49 to go unofficially.
This is actually when Dutchtown in the first half started something.
Yep.
Last 13 minutes, but they definitely find it right here. Springer right there just poised with it. Got around one defender and took a shot, and that's something when you're already up on a team, it comes easier.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the swagger that you already have because you're up. Prairieville right now, send everybody up, no matter what, because you're 3-0 now. You at least want to show that you came to play by scoring one goal.
Right. And they have been scoring goals in bunches over the course of the season. And they've had a couple of 3-goal games, 4-goal games. But this one has been locked down by the DUTCHTOWN Griffins.
Absolutely.
Next big soccer game will be on Saturday. The East Ascension girls taking on the Prairie View girls.
Woohoo.
11 a.m.
Can't wait.
Don't want to miss it.
A little warmer weather, but not that much.
No.
So it's okay.
Hopefully the rain will get out. I think it's going to get out on Friday. It should be fine.
I know. I was hoping to see a little flurries
If
on
we're
my
this
weather
cold,
app.
If this going to be this cold, let's at least
don't
get some fun.
Yeah.
Let's at least have a little fun.
Like, I at least want to try to build a snowman.
I mean, something.
Like, if I'm drinking hot chocolate,
right,
I at least want some little flurries.
If we could get once a year about 2 inches of snow, I would be placated and I'd be fine.
What is it, like every 8 years,
something,
I feel like, or something? 4 or 5?
More than that.
Yeah. I think the last time was 5 years ago. Maybe 4.
That was a good shot and a good scoop up by Carol.
Yeah, definitely going to be seeing more slow ball play by Dutchtown.
Right.
Just because of, I know they are looking, Dutchtown has a perfect view to their scoring goal. Little mishap right here by Dutchtown defense. Fuentes.
Oh, man, Fuentes just booted it.
If you can get 3 points out of a shot, it would be that one. On this replay, simple. You can see how he sets up, brings it over because he was trying to chip it, and the only thing he has to do, if any kid was just watching that, plain and simple, find the net. You already have your goalkeeper that was set up to get in front of you. Find it simple on the ground, hard and fast. It's going to go around every goalkeeper. I've always told any players that I coach, it never matters how hard you hit it, it's where you place it. So you don't have to be the biggest leg or anything else. Find a placement.
Well, Dutchtown is on the attack again as they're just unrelenting. Cressetto tries to center it, and it will be knocked away by Carl Roussel, I believe, or I think it was Carl, or 22. Was it Armando?
Yeah.
Hernandez?
Yep. Sophomore.
Hernandez. He's done a good job tonight.
Yep, and this is going to be Dutchtown's third goal, corner kick, of the night. I want to see a little difference with them. You should be able to have a little weight off your shoulders. It's 3-0. Maybe a little different right here from 18, Brizzard, which came straight through the front line, different from what you've seen in Dutchtown this season. And let's see if they can contain it. And it's already kicked out from Prairieville. You want to keep it on this side, and as we can see, number 8, Fletcher, simple containment in the middle, and they're going to already find that outside
I thought he
wing.
might have been offsides there, but I guess not.
Nope, he straight up just ran with the Prairieville defensive back all the way at the end, and Prairieville right there, they're kind of in that lose my mind sense. We're losing.
Yep.
I don't want to be the one that has them score again. So he kicks it out. So that is Dutchtown's fourth corner of the game right here. Like I said at the previous one, I want to see something a little different because Dutchtown, you're about to be in Division 1, District 5, right? District. You're going to have to play against Denham and Senemal and that kind of stuff. Create new things right here as you're winning 3-0.
Brizard is going to kick the ball, corner kick.
Nice job right there by Prairieville's goalkeeper, Tilly.
31 is checked into the game. It's 37, Jose Rivera, I think, for the Griffins. Yes.
Great job by Prairieville's defense. Just make a stance. Don't do anything fancy because you're inside the box, so you don't want to get a foul or anything else.
Now Fuentes. He's got 3 guys ahead of him. Fuentes is going to let the ball get too far ahead of him, and it will be taken away by number 15, Lawler. And Lawler's going to push it himself. And they're just going to let him go. Say, I'm going to get out of my way. I'm going to take a shot. Good ball by the goalkeeper, Tilly. But you saw Fletcher look like he was going to say, hey, pass me the ball, but he just got out of his way.
Yeah, on this replay right here, simple. Dutchtown now is in the driver's seat.
Yep, they're just in
cruise
zone,
control. Yeah, I mean, I would be shooting too just to kind of take up space,
cool play.
waste. Man, use the turf as your advantage right there.
Bounce it off the turf just a little bit. It almost controlled it from the backside of his right foot. They didn't call a foul that time.
No, but you can definitely hear the parents
Yep.
wanting it, so I was just trying to hear if they were saying anything else. Parents always amused me at soccer games, and it was always my parents screaming, and I'm like, shh, you're wrong, don't do that. They make me giggle. Little over 7 minutes, not much left in here.
Free kick for Prairieville. There you see Coach Dyer right there. He played for the Baton Rouge Capitals. You remember the Capitals?
Absolutely.
About 18 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Anything soccer I knew about around here.
I did the play-by-play from the top of Olympia Stadium for the Capitals.
Woo.
Yes. It was interesting.
It was great. I wish they, could bring something back, but I mean, you can. I know that.
it's
But
just tough.
it's pretty great to know the history of how this sport, kind of run around and that kind of stuff. And then what he's doing back for this sport, giving, time and energy, to just kind of coach and give back. And that's something phenomenal about Coach Dyer and what he does.
You see Rivera has the ball, and he bounces it back to his defender, now to his midfielder. Got some room. Good job for Cassetter to come and meet it. And they're just going to play a little pitch and catch here, keep away from Prairieville if they possibly can.
Absolutely. They're definitely going to go all the way to the corner flag because why not?
Nice,
you got to
clear.
get them to bring more people up, and then if you get it out the corner flag, then that means Prairieville got everybody up. You got everybody going to score. So that's a great idea when you're winning in a game. And we're definitely a little bit more handsies in this last few minutes, and it's going to go to Prairieville.
Wow.
Number 15, Dutchtown, which I felt like
Lawler.
can go either way. Lawler, I mean, nothing has happened with him throughout the game, but, I mean, he was pushed down, and then all of a sudden. Yep. I mean, either way, either or.
Kind of like four corners in basketball. Just play a keep away,
Yeah.
Go pass to pass to pass, and they have a hard time catching up to the ball.
Absolutely. I always got winded during basketball, even though I played soccer.
Well,
I was like, the shorter shorter routes killed me.
Way to come up on it and still control it for Prairieville.
Yeah. I can definitely say I'm more the endurance person. Beautifully done by number 17 right there for
nice
DUTCHTOWN,
touch.
and another
Rivera.
touch.
Rivera's going to chase it down, and he'll control it. Nice job to get it past the defender. Now it's to Cressetto.
Still with it, Cressetto. Nice job right there.
And,
man, right there for Prairieville. Just calm down. You have it. You want it. As we can see, going to the corner. 4 corners right there. Play with it just because Prairieville right now is kind of mindless. They don't really know, how to act right now because they are flight or flight, and flight or flight. Sorry. And they're just kind of trying to get something moving with 4 minutes, but as they are looking straight at the clock and the score 3-0, they're kind of thinking like, oh man, could have done something different. And it's going to be a free kick for Prairieville right here on their side of the field.
They're going to boot it down the field, see if they can get the ball centered to one of their forwards. And it, again, has just bounced DUTCHTOWN's way a lot of the time tonight. And they've been able to just be a step faster.
Yep, always happens. When DUTCHTOWN is playing, it's working for them. I don't know what it is, but I think it's more because of how they develop their players.
Right.
They get them ready. They get to practice on their football field and get ready and things like that. So that's an awesome job by DUTCHTOWN and what they've done for both of their programs throughout the years.
Cressetto controls it to Lawler. Up to Wilson. No, check that. That's Savoy. And he will just skirt the sideline and
try to get a corner out of it, but it doesn't happen.
Nope.
But guess what? Prairieville is only lone threat is to maybe kick it up, and DUTCHTOWN is there.
Yep.
That is what DUTCHTOWN wants to happen right now because of the fact that they have so many numbers up. Prairieville has to work to get it out.
Whistle blows. They're going to be a substitution for Prairieville.
Yeah, anytime that you're kind of under the 3-minute mark and they start subbing in the second half, that center ref has the authority to stop the clock to where a team's not wasting minutes and things like that. So that is why you heard the whistle.
So the clock is about to stop in 6 seconds, and then we'll see what added time will be there.
I see right at like a minute
Yep.
and 20. Let's see if I'm right this
time.
time.
Well, they didn't stop the clock at 2.
They probably forgot.
Rev Sports did, but the scoreboard did not.
That's what I'm talking about, Rev.
We have the best folks in the world as our crew.
So focused. I would have totally forgotten and been like, oh, how many minutes left? Oh, that says 0.
Nice touch to Brizard. Brizard will just boot it up and see if he can pass it down into the corner. He can't, but it was a good clear by the defense. This is Rivera.
And they're trying to find that
They're
outside
one more goal
person.
there.
Beautiful.
Good job by Tilly.
Gosh, that was such a great shot right there. Just shoot. Find out. Tilly right there. Beautifully done. To just simple, you see that the ball carried to that far post. Find yourself in the middle, contain both posts, and keep it going.
Rivera will chase it down, and it goes out of bounds. It will be Prairieville throw-in. They did stop the clock at 1:48, so we'll just wait and see. But it has been an exciting soccer game for sure, and I tell you what, do not ever count DUTCHTOWN out. I don't care what their record is.
In anything. It could be badminton underwater. And I'm like,
I'm ready to call. I'm ready to call underwater badminton. Oh, he
got
a
goal!
He snuck it in between the post and the goalie.
Holy moly!
Cressetto.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that just went under captain for Prairieville, as we can see right here on not that replay, another one that we can show in just a minute. It went through the defensive back's foot, and the goalkeeper, Brady, could not see it. Yep. I mean, Tilly could not see it because of how your defense is stance is a huge window for you not to be able to see the ball coming through. And I kind of see them kicking off and then the referee blowing the whistle. So be ready for that.
4-0. If you had asked me the score before this game, I would not have said this, and that will do it. And so Dutchtown.
So 2 minutes and 20. I was a minute off.
Great job for both of these schools, but Dutchtown comes away with the victory, and what a great job they did in winning this game. From start to finish, I felt like they played with a little more intensity and just controlled this game from the opening kick.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I drove up to Prairieville High tonight, I knew that I was commentating both Dutchtown and Prairieville, and I talked to Coach Adrian as soon as I got here, and he was like, "It's Dutchtown, Joe. You know, you never not say anything. They can be last in the state. They are always going to bring something because for their program, you know, in parish rivalry means something. They gotta win. It's in their veins. So such a great job for Dutchtown to come out and get this win before their big district start, you know, in these next few weeks. And for Prairieville, great showing. They're so young, you know. Everybody, you're seeing a 4-0, but I'm gonna tell you this: for a veteran, old coach, retired, looking at this, they have potential in these next 2-3 years with starting sophomores, starting freshmen and having juniors play up. It's only going to be sky's the limit for Prairieville in these next few years.
Well, it was an exciting soccer game for sure. Of course, you don't want to forget our big game Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Rev Sports 1. Jeff and Jolie will be on the commentary for that, and that's going to do it for us. I want to thank our great camera guys, Courtney Lawrence, Zane Chapoy, Nolan Wagasback, Jake Voisin, and, of course, our great director, Andre Chapoy, our executive director, Lyle Boudreau. And that's going to do it for us. We also want to thank Rev for allowing us to do these great parish sporting events, and we really appreciate it. The final score, 4-0, Dutchtown over Prairieville. Have a great night, everybody. For Jolie Hartman and Jimmy Frederick, good night.